Compassion meditation in the Tibetan style, Tonglen. Sending the awareness to the breath, ardent, alert, mindful, putting aside our wants and worries about the daily life. Always mindful, I breathe in, mindful, I breathe out. Breathing in long, I breathe in long, or breathing out long, I breathe out long. Or breathing in short, I breathe in short. Or breathing out short, I breathe out short. Breathing in sensitive to the entire body. Breathing out sensitive to the entire body. Breathing in calming the bodily formations, the breath. Breathing out calming the bodily formation, the breath. Observing, accepting, letting go. Sending our awareness and picturing in the mind a dear loved one, someone we care for deeply. We know that this person suffers from time to time, and we see that suffering as a dark cloud around them. And as we inhale intentionally, we bring this dark cloud from around them directly into our heart center, and as soon as it arrives there, with the strong wish that we have for this person not to suffer, we transform this into a white light that we send back to them, so that this white light surrounds them, supports them. On 3 breaths. Picturing in the mind now a neutral person, someone we don't know well. We know that this neutral person suffers from time to time. And we see that suffering as a dark cloud surrounding them. As we inhale intentionally, we bring this dark cloud from around them directly into our heart center. And as soon as it arrives there, with the strong wish that we have for this person not to suffer, we transform this into the white light that we send to them on 3 breaths. To nurture and nourish them. Picturing in the mind now a difficult person, a troublesome person, someone who has given us cause for suffering, someone who has made us suffer. We know that this difficult person is suffering. The suffering may not be apparent, but they do suffer from time to time. For if they were truly happy, they would not cause suffering to others. We see this suffering as a dark cloud around them. And on one intentional breath, we bring this dark cloud from around them directly into our heart center. And as soon as it arrives there, with the strong wish that we have for this difficult person not to suffer, so that they do not create difficulties for others and themselves, we transform this suffering into a white light that we send to them on 3 breaths. So that this white light is kind and caring to them. Picturing in the mind now our own self, such as it is. We know that we suffer from time to time, and we see that suffering as a dark cloud around us. And as we inhale intentionally and bring our own dark cloud into our heart center, we transform it into a white light that we send back to ourselves throughout our entire body, so that our entire body is being transformed from the darkness into that white light. From the top of our head all the way down, our entire body filled with this white light, down through our shoulders into our arms, into the body, torso, down, filling up the legs all the way to our feet and toes, so that our entire body is filled with this radiant light of loving kindness and compassion. And from every pore, radiating outward, this white light of compassion is spread in every direction on 3 breaths. Sending our awareness now to a dear relative or friend. We know that this dear relative or friend suffers from time to time. We see that suffering as a dark cloud around them. And on one intentional breath, we take this dark cloud directly into our heart center. And as soon as it arrives there, we transform it into a white light that we return to them on 3 breaths. And this white light is generous and grateful, full of generosity and gratitude. Picturing in the mind now a group of people somewhere in the world. This group is suffering from something that they all have in common. Perhaps a similar disease, or a natural disaster, or some form of violence, or other calamity. Or even fear. And we see this group in our mind, and we see the dark cloud surrounding this group. And on one intentional breath, we bring this dark cloud as much as we can into our heart center. And as soon as it arrives there, we transform this into the white light of compassion, that we return to them on 3 breaths. So that this breath is like the gentle rain that falls everywhere on all that are disturbed and distressed. And that this gentle rain refreshes and restores them. Picturing in the mind now all beings everywhere, starting from the smallest and moving to larger and larger beings, from the little insects to the fish to the amphibians to the mammals, including all humans, all beings everywhere. And we wish them all to be well. And we send our deepest compassion to all of them. Immeasurably. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be separated from the altruistic joy which is free from suffering. May all beings dwell in the great equanimity which is free from attachment, aversion, and ignorance. And we send them this energy in the form of a white light on 3 breaths. Loving kindness, compassion, equanimity,